Hey everyone, it's Matthew here. Today this is going to be a small glimpse into my SS America collection. I've collected several items to do with the ship over the years. This is only some of it, and I'm going to show you what they are. It's sort of like a show and tell. Let's see, where shall we start? We'll start with this. This is a certificate for crossing the Equator. This was when the ship was called the SS Australis, if you can see here. It was given to a passenger called Vera Massey. It was dated 10th of February 1977, and yeah, that is quite a rare item here. It says here it's signed by King Neptune, which is quite something. Next we have some original United States Lines menus from when the ship was called the America, and I don't know how many there are. Let me just have a look. There's 4 of them, I think. So we have one showing Houses of Parliament, one showing Independence Hall. Hang on, if I can just get some mountain range, no idea where that is exactly, and one showing the Capitol at Colonial Williamsburg, wherever that is, probably somewhere in America and that. But these were from the America when she was an ocean liner for the United States Lines. I think there's a date in here if I can find it. Yes, here we go. Interesting stuff here. It says here, aboard SS America, Captain Frederick Fender, United States Naval Reserve. It's dated Friday, November 24th, 1961. So it was just after my mum was born. Quite a lot of interesting courses on here. They're pretty much all going to be the same, I guess. Here. Here we have some rare items. On the left we have sort of an ornament key chain with the SS America written on it and the house flag of the United States Lines. In the middle we have something similar, but this is a pin badge. Very rare. I was lucky to get that. And on the right, this is even more of a rarity. This is actually a cabin key from the SS Australis when the ship was doing migrant voyages to Australia. This is an original cabin key, and I think that this is genuinely from the ship, because not only it says here, but also this key, the actual key, looks very Art Deco, the sort of thing that would have been on a prestigious ocean liner like the America. So that is quite something to have in my collection. Over here we have an original Venture Cruise Lines leaflet, brochure if you like. Let me just see if I can unfold it. Yeah, here we go. SS America, 2, 3, 4, 5 day cruises from New York. Charter prices come to cruises. June 30th, 1978. Quite an old piece. If I quickly open inside, sorry, it's a bit tricky whilst holding a camera. But yeah, here's some of the contents and that. Very interesting. This was when an American cruise line tried to offer inexpensive cruises to nowhere, of all places, and they offered a casino on board the ship, and they thought in order to capitalize on the ship's illustrious heritage, they decided to rename her the America. Unfortunately, it didn't go so well. After only a few voyages, they filed for bankruptcy and were forced to put the ship up for sale. Some of the prices for the various cabins, depending on which sort you want to stay in. If any of them were decent, because the passengers complained that it was in horrible condition. Let's just have a look over here. This was where the majority of the public rooms were, on promenade deck. Oh yeah, here's an interesting illustration of the ship. It didn't actually have this colour scheme. I suspect that they were still painting her by the time they issued this and that. And I think the picture of the ship on the front is basically sort of a photoshopped image of the Australis. There would have been crosses on the funnels, but obviously because of trademark and that, they removed them and that. But some general information stuff here, but this is rather an interesting piece. You're probably wondering what this box is over here. Well, this is actually very special to me because, believe it or not, this is actually wreckage from the SS America, or the American Star as she was later called. Interesting story, but cut it short. I've actually been to the very island where the ship was wrecked, and I went to the beach 2 times to see if there was anything left, and surprisingly, even like after almost 30 years, I'd say by now, there is still a bit of wreckage, not much, but still quite a bit. Mostly indefinable pieces of scrap and that, rust, etc. But I suspect they would have probably come off the ship and that. Oh yeah, if you're wondering why there's a random rock here, this was from Playa de Garci, the beach where the America spent her final days. We have some bits of wood. Don't know if they came off the ship, but you never know. Oh yeah, we found a lot of these. Well, I did anyway. These are, I think they look like bits of tile. I think probably broke off from the ship over time. Not sure where they would have come from exactly. I suspect they probably came from the swimming pool or something. That would have been tiled or something. But there was hardly anything else there, so I suspected that they came off the ship. There is one genuine piece here that definitely came off the ship. This was given to me by a neighbour I knew when I spent some time in Fuerteventura. They went to see what was left in 2008, and they found what, I don't know if you can see, it looks like a wooden plug. This would have been used to cover the bolts that held the wooden decking together. And it's just weird, holding a bit of the ship, the very ship that you've all seen my videos about, and that there's so much history here. In fact, a lot of the items that you see here and this, they probably all had a connection to the SS America, so they're all just as valuable as each other, I guess. But yeah, this is one of my favourite pieces. I'll put that back there. I did find some pieces that look like this. I've no idea what they were originally, but I have seen people's pictures online showing some of the wreckage they found, and they look something like this, some of them, so who knows. Here's another look at the wooden plug. Quite a valuable piece of history here. Anyway, next we have, this isn't original, this is a reproduction. This is a reproduction of the launch pamphlet that was given to those who participated in the launch of the America, and it would have been much bigger than this, but I didn't have a printer or any paper big enough to print an exact copy. But I managed to find scans of the booklet online somewhere, and I cleaned them up and enhanced them so that I could make a replica of the leaflet for the launch. Even though it's not original, it's still quite an important item, because this was issued at the ship's launch, and it says here, I can read a bit of it. Today, August 31st, 1939, the largest and finest liner ever to be built in the United States is being launched. She's been christened America by Mrs. Franklin D. Roosevelt. And it says here about who the speakers were and what their positions were. Here's a well-known painting of the ship plying across the Atlantic. Had it not been for the Second World War. Yeah, I really like this piece as well. I made it myself, and the thing is, to find an actual example of this booklet is extremely rare, and to be able to find all the pages for it in decent quality, and that, you know, if you want one, it's probably easier to just, you know, make a reproduction, but it's still quite a nice piece anyway. I'll put that here for now. Finally, we have something else that's just as significant. The Modern Ship Fitter's Handbook. Now you're probably wondering, what's this got to do with the SS America? Well, if you have a look inside, this is quite an old book. It's 1941. You can see there is a picture of the SS America being fitted out at her shipyard in Newport News, 1940. What's significant about this book is that it was written by a master ship fitter. It says here, W.E. Swanson. And interestingly, he decided for some of the illustrations, he used pictures of the America whilst being built to illustrate how a ship of that time would have been built. In fact, here's a picture of the SS America being built, the bow of the ship. You know, at the time, you know, this book was written, this ship was the most modern and state-of-the-art for its time, and it was the largest yet to have been built in America. The stern of the ship. So yeah, this book, it basically details how a ship at that time would have been constructed, and I imagine this would have been the same for the America. Here's another view of the stern of the ship just before being launched. There are some fold-out drawings and that which show, if I can just, don't know what this one is of, but I'll have a go anyway. I have to be careful here because this is original 1940s paper. This is showing the frames of a cargo vessel, though I imagine that the America would have been built in a similar sort of fashion, I guess. In fact, all ships from the earlier, the early 20th century, including, you guessed it, the Titanic, would have been built in a similar sort of fashion. And that. Let's just have a look at the details and that. There's one. I'll see if I can open. Don't know what this. what this is, but I'll there's another one here. Let's see what this is about. Oh, hang on. Careful, I don't want to damage it even further, because this is rare. Stern section of, I assume, a cargo ship. But yeah, this book, you know, it's, I know it isn't exactly directly to do with the America, but it gives you an insight into how, you know, a ship like that would have been built. And when you sort of go through the pages and that, I'll go through it again just to, you know, keep everyone happy. When you look at some of these intricate plans and pictures and instructions and that, it's, you know, you can't help but appreciate and admire the craftsmanship. Oh, sorry. Yeah, when you look at these plans and bits of text and that, you can't help but appreciate the level of ingenuity and craftsmanship that was involved to, you know, build such a thing, you know. Yeah, here's some, I don't know if you can see, yeah, there's some shipyard workers inspecting some of the bottom plates on the America, it says here. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, this is a fascinating item, piece of 1940s shipyard literature. You know, the next time you look at pictures of the wreck, just appreciate how much care and attention to detail had gone into, you know, making sure the ship, you know, was strong and stable and that. You won't find it, you know, anywhere today, really. It's, you know, a bygone era now. But anyway, that's some of my collection. I hope to show you more at some point, so stay tuned and I'll see you next time.